In this video, I am going to show you how to create a fully end-to-end conversational commerce business using SMS and leveraging the data that you have on your customers and that your customers willingly provide you. Hi, my name is Will Craig. I am a co-founder of Signal House. We are a messaging provider that specializes today in local messaging in the US. That's 10-digit numbers where the first 3 digits corresponds to a local area code, and we enable businesses to talk to their consumers with these numbers. But very soon, we're going to be rolling out toll-free, short code, voice, RCS, and we're going to have traffic in every English-speaking country around the globe. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into conversational commerce, first and zero-party data, and how you can create an end-to-end process that makes money while you sleep. So the first thing that I want to help you identify is conversational commerce in and of itself. So number one is that SMS and the SMS channel, whether it be a local number, a toll-free number, or a short code, those are the channels that you are going to be able to use to connect directly to your customers. SMS messages have a 98% open rate. Response rates are substantially higher than an email, and it's very intimate. It's an intimate way for a business to connect directly with their consumer. If you're not using the SMS channel in your business, you need to be. And the reason is because people do business with people. They don't do business with brands. So if you are a brand that is sending out content via email, hey, this is XYZ retail company sending you a marketing blast about a new shirt that we have, that's not going to connect emotionally with your consumers. But if you are texting them, if you are sending them content that is specific to them, tailored for their liking, and that reflects the personality that your brand has, you're going to lead to substantially more conversions and happier customers as a result. And here is how you do that. First, you choose the right channel for your company. We had a whole video about this. Go ahead and check it out. But super high level, if you are a small business or a local business where the local presence in your community matters, whether it be a franchise or just a small locally owned business, 10-digit local number is going to be the perfect number for you. It's conversational. People receive it. They feel like they can answer it. They feel like they can respond because it's something that they do every single day with all of their friends and family via text messaging. If you are a larger national brand, you can either use a toll-free number or a short code. Really, it comes down to your preference. Short codes are going to be numbers that people don't even know that they can respond to. It's going to be very one-way communication. Think large retail or something like that. Whereas a toll-free number is going to get you higher volume. You can respond back, and people may not even know that an 8XX number is going to be a number that is a toll-free number. And so they will most likely think that they can respond regardless. So choose the right channel for your business is number one. Number two is hit your customers when they want to be hit. So the way that you identify this is through practice. It is through data, and it is through leveraging data through large language models and other AI systems that we have today. So here's the way that I would recommend doing it. You set up a pipeline, you start A/B testing messaging. So you set up a campaign, you set up messaging outreach, and you are touching your customers, you're providing content, you're providing information about the service that you offer. You see what works. You see what works and you see what doesn't work. And then you start drafting those individuals in clusters. It's called a cluster analysis. You don't have to do it yourself. Your AI will do it for you. It's going to identify what similarities messages have and what similarities the people have that correspond to a positive reaction to your message. Sounds very scientific. It sounds very futuristic, but it's incredibly easy with AI. It'll do it for you. And then after a week or two, when you have a substantial amount of data through the system, I would say at least 100 leads, but I would say more accurately, at least 1,000 that you have sent messages to, and you've given it the course of time to where they can respond if they want to. Then you can start looking at the patterns. You can ask your AI system, what patterns are there that are leading to successful messaging? And your AI is going to give you that answer. They're going to say, you know what? Here is the information. When you're sending messages between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., and when you are hitting them specifically on these days of the week, it leads to the highest response rates. Now, positive responses have been going to these messages and these message types. And these are the people, the demographics of the individuals, if you have that data. If you don't have that data, that's fine. But if you have the demographic data of the people you're reaching out to, it can also tell you that males between the age of 18 and 24 is your best audience, or females between the age of 30 and 35, or whatever the case may be. So you have that data that is first party data. It's the data that you have on your customers. You're not necessarily purchasing that data. It is just the data that you have, the visibility that you have into your customers. Now, what about zero party data? Zero party data is the data that your customers give you directly. It is the feedback that they provide you either through spoken word via the text message or their actions. And this is really important, especially if you are in e-commerce or if you are in any kind of retail shop. It is the behaviors of the individual, what they are telling you they want based on their actions, or again, through them telling you directly. These are things where you can, once a person purchases something, if there are different items that are similar to it, maybe a different colorway or maybe a slightly different style, you can offer that to them. My wife got a really cool text message. We have a young daughter and she wanted to buy her a stylized hat that had her name on it. So she bought that hat, and then 20 minutes later, she had a text message and said, "Hey, my wife's name, here is a list of other items that you could purchase that will give you a 20% discount on. Which of the ones are you interested in?" And it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it said, just respond with the number if you're interested in any of them. So she responded, and then it said, great. What color would you like that in? And listed 10 different colors. And she did the same process. So now that company, and by the way, we did purchase it, and it was a great purchase. It's something that we actually wanted and that our daughter looks great at. But what it did is it told that company my wife's behavioral traits, just through reaching out after there was a conversion and asking about additional information. So you already have one sort of nugget of information of what a particular customer wants. But if you ask follow-up questions, you can inherently get more information. And if they are a repeat customer of you, you're going to have a lot of data and a lot of information on them. Then you have your AI system that combs through the database of the products that you sell, and it starts targeting them specifically to that person. Let's say, for example, it is a retail or e-commerce product. You know what colorways they like. You know what styles they like. You know what types of items they are interested in and looking for. And again, if you have that demographic data, you can also layer that on as well. Someone who is 20 to 24 is going to be moving a lot. So they may want different furniture within their apartment as they are moving. Whereas someone who is older is going to want something that potentially is going to last longer. The longevity of it is what's really important to them versus kind of the fast fashion. So you can kind of use trends based on the demographic data while also having the individual data that you have about your customers and serving them the products that they are going to gravitate towards and that they are going to want to use. And as you start providing them this information, that's also an A/B test in and of itself, because you'll provide them some of these suggested items and they'll either raise their hand by saying, yes, absolutely, or they'll say, no, I'm not interested, or they won't respond, or whatever the case may be. Take those as signals. The yes signal is that you can double down on those types of items. Now, if it is a red chair, don't give them a red chair again, of course, because they already have one now, but you know what kind of furniture style they like. Maybe there's a rug that would go with it. Maybe there is a sofa that you could pair with it, or an end table that looks really good with the wood grain that's on the side of the chair, or whatever the case may be. You can infer based on that what styles they would like and what additional items you could push to them. That zero party information is what is going to separate you from all of your competitors. People can buy data. People can buy third party data. People cannot buy zero party data, because zero party data is inherent to you. And in the world of AI, zero party data is your moat. The more data that you have on your customers so that you can create a more tailored experience for them, 100% is your moat. It's what's going to give you longevity with your business. And the way that you communicate with customers in the 21st century is via text message. So choose the right channel, start running some tests, identify what works, over index on what is working, and create a incredible solution for your customers. And by the way, I've talked a lot about retail and e-commerce. Our Shopify app is in the final stages of completion. You will be able to utilize Signal House SMS on Shopify. You'll be able to create campaigns, send out those marketing blasts, iterate with them, A/B test, as well as have cart abandonment that is automated and free, unlike text cart. So we look forward to getting that out to you. And we also look forward to chatting with you in other videos. We're going to be posting a lot more now. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and we will get to you as soon as we can.